Joining me now, Kari Lake. Welcome, Kari. Always a crowd pleaser there at CPAC. What message of yours do you think the audience was really most interested in this year? Because you speak pretty much every year, but this was a special speech in a special year.
You know, I always talk about the media because I had a 30-year career in the media, and I just wanted them to know that we were successful at defeating the fake news media. We only thought we weren't because they kept clinging and hanging on for dear life. They're only clinging on to life because the government has been feeding them money, secretly feeding them money, keeping them alive. So I kind of made up a new term. It's the zombie media. They're not really alive because they've got viewers and subscribers. They're only alive because the corrupt government is funneling them money to keep them alive, to push a narrative, to keep what they call democracy, but they really meant is bureaucracy, alive and well.
President Trump just finished his first month in office. No doubt the change in pace, the change in tone has been extraordinary. What stands out to you so far the most, perhaps?
You know, I knew he would have a very successful second term. I think everybody who voted for him knew that. I mean, that's a given. But what I did not expect, knowing President Trump personally and knowing how hard he works, I didn't expect him to move so quickly. You know, he's getting a team together. His cabinet is coming together beautifully with many great moments this week, with getting cash in late in the week, and obviously Tulsi and Bobby. It's just incredible. But I didn't expect it to move this quickly, and I also did not expect DOJ to be operational and able to show us what's been going on with our government. I'm really, really thrilled with what President Trump has accomplished in 1 month. I can't even, take this times 12 and let's imagine what this year is going to look like. I think much like Argentina with President Milei, how they were deep in the red, on the verge of bankruptcy, crime was out of control. I think they were able to turn themselves around. I believe we're going to be able to turn ourselves around within a year's time. And then the final 3 years of President Trump is just going to be adding to the success, adding to the prosperity for the American people. I mean, this week, Elon Musk suggesting that every American should get $5,000 back from the IRS based on what they've been able to find and claw back from the deep state.
And of course, there's a tax cut package that's also in the works on Capitol Hill. Not everybody as enthusiastic as you are, Kari. Democrats who have spent years maligning Trump and Republicans, even though that message was roundly rejected last year, they're still stuck on it. Here's Illinois Governor J.D. Pritzker this week. Listen to this.
The root that tears apart your house's foundation begins as a seed of distrust and hate and blame. The seed that grew into a dictatorship in Europe a lifetime ago didn't arrive overnight. It started with everyday Germans mad about inflation and looking for someone to blame. I'm watching with a foreboding dread what is happening in our country right now. A president who watches a plane go down in the Potomac and suggests without facts or findings that a diversity hire is responsible for the crash. The authoritarian playbook is laid bare here.
And well, that guy may want to run for president. Your reaction, Kari?
That would be great if he did, because it would be fun to watch the defeat of that guy. He's full of hot air. And, we're watching with anticipation if that's exactly what he wants to do, because look what's happened to Illinois. I was born in Illinois. I was raised in Iowa. This state is so far gone. And the only hope is that the federal government under President Trump's leadership can help the people of Illinois. We need to make sure that we're getting education system back in the hands of parents and out of the corrupt Department of Education and Teachers Union. And that'll help Illinois immensely, because they've got a real problem with literacy when it comes to the students, because people like Pritzker done nothing. Their economy is not doing well. Crime is out of control. A once beautiful city, the Windy City, Chicago, is it's uninhabitable in some areas. You can't walk around. You can't walk on the streets anymore without fear of being hurt or harmed. And so he's done an absolutely horrific job as governor. I don't care that he has an R behind his name. Frankly, we're beyond Democrat and Republican. We are all about what are you doing to restore peace, prosperity, safety, and security. And Governor Pritzker is not doing a good job with that.
Kari, exit question for you. You're going to be leading Voice of America, which has for decades been charged with articulating American values and messages about American society to the world and people overseas. There have long been serious concerns about it being co-opted by the far left and therefore how it is presenting America to the world. What reforms are you contemplating making as you look to take charge of that agency? And as somebody who was part of communications during the war on terrorism after 9/11, I can tell you it's a very important job that you're about to take.
Sure is. I mean, we know that we're in an information war. We know the power, the strength behind information. And when you put out information that is hurtful to our country abroad, it can hurt all of us, each and every one of us. And so we need to make sure we're telling America's story, spreading the message of freedom and liberty abroad. And as a soft power with a relatively small budget, we can accomplish so much, and we can prevent, with Voice of America, if it's done properly, we can prevent trillion-dollar wars. And I think that's well worth it. It's an investment that's well worth it.
Well, it's an important job, folks, and we certainly wish you all the best. Kari Lake, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.